It's football again, and today we're going to be dissecting Liverpool and how the wheels have gone off after such a promising start. 4 losses on the trot. And we need to discuss that is Warif, Mustafa, and TK. You guys are welcome to another football show.
There's nothing left to dissect of Liverpool. All these teams have dissected them. Osimhen has dissected them. Man U has dissected them. Everybody has dissected them. There's nothing left to dissect anymore.
It's to gather the pieces.
Yes.
To gather the pieces and build up.
So there's a big problem. We have to look at Slot. You have a world-class team. Not team, you have world-class players. But they're not gelling. And that's his fault. When they had Klopp, they had Giga Press. Now they have this controlled press. The idea of a controlled press, to me, is a contradiction. Because you're trying to control it. You can't be controlled in press. It has to be free-flowing. And they're not free-flowing now. So that when teams have figured them out, teams park the bus on them. And when teams get the ball back from them, because their press is a half-committed press, it leaves their midfield open and susceptible to counterattacks. And their two central defenders are not gelling together, and that's causing problems. What do you think, TK?
Yeah, so I agree. I agree with what you're saying is that, Liverpool, it looks like a Liverpool in transition where they're trying to mix both. He's trying to still keep the identity that Klopp has brought into Liverpool, but at the same time, he's trying to bring his own sort of philosophy, hence the half press, where then they end up getting caught out by opposition wingers because they were exposed again with the likes of Cunha, at United. So I agree with you on that this Slot team, I hope he can fix this very quickly, because at the beginning of last season, he just inherited a Klopp, side that was already good. So now it's his season where he's gonna implement his own tactics. So we hope that perhaps it's still early doors, but 3 losses in the Premier League can well lose you the whole league.
Yeah, and it's a sad story because they actually have the players. They just have to have the right system. What are your thoughts, Afolabi? I ate groundnut. I swallowed it too.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with what TK has said. The team is a little bit disjointed. First and foremost, Liverpool's recruitment has been brilliant over the years, but I dare say this time around, they went for glamour and flashy players, not necessarily addressing their weaknesses. First and foremost, they didn't need a number 10 in Florian Wirtz. The Liverpool defense has always been about guile, balance, and industry. And Klopp was able to set that up in that midfield before he left. But this guy tries to do his own in a subtle kind of, not so aggressive way. In the Premier League, if you're going to play a midfield, you have to play very aggressively because of the way the game is. The pace of the game is very, very quick and very fast. So that is affecting them. The real priority lies in the defense. Like you said, Mustafa, Konate and Van Dijk have become liabilities. They're slow. Their tracking back is slow. Their recovery pace is slow. And that is where Man United targeted yesterday. The left side of their defense that had Kekes and Van Dijk was very weak. And that's where the first goal of Man U came in from. And if you look at their statistics, they've played 12 games since the beginning of August, and they've conceded 17 goals. So the defensive area was where they needed to address. They didn't need Isak because they were scoring, and they had already bought Hugo a ticket. Okay, and the Florian Wirtz that they bought for over £1 million was given a free role in Leverkusen. But in the Premier League, you have to work hard. You have to press. You have to defend. You almost have a dual role. When your team loses the ball, you have to press. When you have the ball, you have to move forward, with a lot of pace. So I feel they have bought players that are misfits, and it's affecting the chemistry of the team. Also, if you look at the fullbacks, why would you sell Trent Alexander-Arnold? Because he's a defensive.
You took my talking point. You're a thief.
Okay, let me stop there. Go ahead, Mustafa.
Go ahead. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Okay, so we expected that the guy that was bought to replace Arnold was supposed to be an upgrade because of his defensive abilities. But unfortunately, Arnold was doing a better work of it before he left Liverpool. The guy doesn't know how to track back. He leaves acres of space behind the defense, and it makes Liverpool very vulnerable. So the two guys that replaced the fullbacks in Liverpool haven't been an upgrade for anything. They have been liabilities. And if they don't get this right quickly, it's going to affect them because Arsenal is enjoying all of this.
Yeah. And here's the thing. When Trent Alexander he was a defensive liability, but he was a midfield and attacking presence. So with their pressing style, yeah, if you can get back to their defense, good, but you'll never get back to the defense. You understand what I'm trying to say? And he was the creative impetus for that team with some of his passes and his ability to invert. So it was dangerous to have Trent Alexander, but he gave so much with assists and completed passes that they had enough ball control so that their weakness in defense wasn't a problem because they press and they get the ball back so quickly. Sort of like Barcelona. Barcelona's defense may not be that great, but you're not going to get a lot of time to see them because they press. When they don't have the ball, they all close in on the ball and they get it back immediately. So you can't get there. So it's better to have him there and have a liability because when you have him there, you're going to score at least another goal per game because they're having finishing problems. And like you said, bringing in Isak is not going to help because last year was a collective effort of scoring. What are your thoughts on Mr. Warif?
Okay, well, I agree with what everyone has said. Like what TK said, the players that club inherited last season when he came in was Jurgen Klopp's players and his tactics. And if you watch, everything was working well for them. Last season, the kind of players that they have up front, midfield, and defense. But this time around, I don't really know. We're getting Isak. To me, Isak is not already. You have Nketiah because they play almost the same type of football. Even their physique is the same. They are tall, they are lanky, they are fast. So where I getting and what's it called? Isak. Then also for the two central defenders for Van Dijk and this other black guy, I think Konate. I think they are not getting. They are slow in recovering. If you watch the goal, the fourth goal that bumped in Mbemo scored, you watch that goal very well. Before the goal came, they collided. They almost sandwiched Mbemo. He fell, but he stood up again and went to position himself. That means somebody in that midfield did not track him, did not track Mbemo. If not, he wouldn't have scored that goal. So I think Slot has lots of work. He has to go back to the drawing board, study the game very well. You know one thing about some coaches, they want to prove that they know it all, that they have their own kind of players, they have their own style. There's nothing wrong in that, using what's it called, the former manager's pattern and his players. This guy they're allowed to go to Bayern Munich. What's his name?
Luis Diaz.
I love that guy so much. I said Luis Diaz plays, when you see people that play street football, they're always rugged. That's the kind of player. So I think Liverpool is missing in that area. But for yesterday, it was just luck against what's it called? Gapo, because two ball hit the woodwork. But I think the Liverpool coach needs to go back, study the game, and he has to start grooming players right now to replace Van Dijk and the other that guy. If not, they will continue to suffer. You know what I'm wanting about teams? Once you begin to lose game, anytime you are playing, that fear, you'll be so cautious not to lose game. And when you are so cautious, that's when you lose the game. So the coach has a lot of work to do.
That's the idea. How can you have a press and you say, let's have a careful press? Very careful. Let's be too
cautious.
The Sharks will smell blood. And this is why I still laugh. Because I know you're a fan of Arsenal wife. What's his name should have smelled the blood, Arteta, and played all out against Liverpool. They would have beaten Liverpool.
Yeah, he was too cautious.
He's too cautious. But at the end of the day, he got his he lost. So, but at the end of the day, if Arsenal doesn't win this championship by a point or two, maybe against Man City or somebody, they're going to regret that they didn't go all out against Liverpool. Liverpool can win the title. They just have to have the right system. But they made some serious mistakes, like Afolabi said, bringing in Wirtz. And Wirtz is useless in the midfield. Wirtz has to play on a type of team in which you're not playing press. So maybe they need to change their style of play. But if they change their style of play, they're going to lose their identity to help Wirtz. And then having, what's his name, Isak. So now maybe they need to just go towards a traditional style where you hold the ball, you don't press as much, and get the ball to what's his name? Get the ball to Isak. But that doesn't sound right to me. Ikitike is a better player because Ikitike has a higher work rate.
Yeah.
He has a higher work rate
Isak.
than Isak. And even though he's not a pure number 9, it doesn't matter when you've got him and you've got Salah and you've got whoever's on the left. Guys like McAllister, you don't need to have a pure number 9. In fact, look at Barcelona when they don't need a pure number 9 a lot of the time. When that's why this guy can relax a lot. Lewandowski can relax, so you don't need it. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
Yes, I quite agree with you. Arsenal will be, very disappointed with themselves because they were quite conservative against Liverpool. If they were been a little bit braver against Liverpool, they perhaps would have beaten Liverpool. Look at what Manchester United did yesterday. They realized that
came all out.
They realized that Liverpool would want to press them. They instructed their keeper to keep playing long balls. They never put the ball on the ground, and they were targeting the weak areas of Liverpool. That's the left side of the defense with their fast, quick players. So they read the game. It was a very tactical game. They didn't play the kind of game that Liverpool was comfortable with, which is what Arsenal was trying to do. Arteta always tries to want to play the same way. Sometimes, I think it's a weakness by Arteta. You have to play the way you feel you need to win, not necessarily the way you play all the time. Sometimes,
like Grandpa
Ancelotti, very, very reactive. Sometimes it's substance over style and guile. And I think that's one mistake that Arsenal made against Liverpool. Otherwise, they might just have been over the hills and far away if they had won that game. But now it's still open. But I don't know how Liverpool would dig themselves out of this because if, like you said, Mustafa, Trent Arnold was a plus for Liverpool. He always found Salah. And one of the reasons why Salah is so ineffective is because of Trent's absence. Salah would run into space, knowing that Trent will always find him. The guy that replaced Trent does not have that ability to pass from
understanding.
So I think they've missed something in Trent, and they have not replaced him adequately.
No. All right, so let's go to TK. What was the I forget because I've had a couple of wines. What was the top three, the three with Salah, the other two guys that you missed? You missed those guys, Mr. TK. Who is it again? The strike force that they inherited. These guys were fantastic early last year. Remember the three musketeers. Who were they again, TK?
Oh, it was Luis Diaz,
Diego Jota, and Salah.
Yeah, Jota is past. Yeah. But that was the golden triangle. That was the golden triad. What do you think, TK?
Yeah, definitely agree with you guys. You know this Mohamed Salah now. He doesn't. It looks like he's not playing his comfortable football anymore because now he has to. He has to fetch the ball now. Also in the middle field, drive with the ball. No one can ping a pass to him. I mean, it was actually very, very, very. Because we thought that Salah's gonna get a goal. He always gets a goal against United.
Yeah,
it wasn't the case this time around.
They have a very good record against United.
And I must give kudos also to the Man United goalkeeper. He was phenomenal as well. He was playing very well. And I think also Liverpool's if you look at the goals.
Oh no, Nana.
That's Nana. That's phenomenal. Maybe if it was Onana, Liverpool could have stole the game.
Like 3-1.
Also, the goalkeeper for Liverpool. The goalkeeper also has a new goalkeeper after the injury of Alisson. I mean, this keeper, I feel like he also cannot communicate with his defense. Because if you look at the second goal, it was so fast that the defenders were expecting for that player to actually trap the ball and bring it back. The player brought the ball back immediately. You saw Van Dijk, what I keep on saying is that what Van Dijk and Konate are doing right now is they're holding hands too much. If you beat one of them, you beat all of them. That's how Mbeumo got. Mbeumo slipped past.
This goes to show you how much of a genius Klopp was, because he had that team, everything was covered. If he was there now, he would figure out a way for these guys to blend. Oh, by the way, TK, I think Onana needs to be traded to Chipa United and then send Wabeli to.
You know what? The sad story about Onana is
that. Go ahead.
He won't survive this side. The strikers here are too good. So,
All right, good show, guys.
the,
This was a fantastic show.
yeah.
Complete Football Africa. We also follow the English League too. Kule wasn't here to join us. He would have had something to say. I told you Arsenal is great. I'm just kidding. Let's start, Mr. Warif, then Afalabi will take us out.
I think the Liverpool coach, he should go back to the drawing board and also study the opponent very well. I think Salah is misfiring. If it was before, Salah would have scored like 2 goals. But right now, I think Salah is struggling. And also the defense for Liverpool. So the coach need to read the players. If possible, bring in some players. And also, I pray that they don't have injuries, because by the time injuries start setting in for Liverpool, they might drop more points.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And they need to turn this around within a week or two, because if they lose 1 or 2 more games, it's going to be over for them. And it's going to be between Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. All right, last thoughts, TK.
Last thoughts, Liverpool, go back to the drawing board. Go back to the gegenpressing,
Yeah.
And perhaps invest in a CDM who can be a shield, for that defense. Because now everybody's playing straight in between those two. They look at each other, no communication. The goalkeeper, he doesn't, scream, shout that, hey, look at the shape.
Watch
the shape
yourself.
is off. That's the purpose of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and also like you said, the goalkeeper, build the spine. Go back to the basics. Forget about all these fantastic press, whatever. Just go back to basics and then deal with your upper strategies later. All right, Afalabi, last thoughts, and you can take us out.
I think if the opportunity to get a defender comes up in the winter transfer window in January, they should take advantage of that opportunity and get a proper defender, at least to replace one of Van Dijk and Konate. They're making too many mistakes. And I also think that Mo Salah cannot play with a proper 9 like Isak. So if you're going to play Isak, you had better drop Salah. If you're going to play Salah, you are not going to play Isak. Salah has gotten used to playing with these short, diminutive forwards that like to flow with the ball and play short passes. He's not just, comfortable with playing with a proper 9. So it's like a round peg in the square hole. That's just what I want to say.
I agree. Yes. Take us out. Oh, by the way, TK, our Sundowns video is up to 110 views already, man. That's crazy.
Wow,
man.
Sundowns, that's fantastic.
Sundowns, they finished Remo Stars. I was watching the highlight. I said, wow.
See, a lot of people don't understand. When I say that Nigerian football is rubbish, it's not the same as saying Nigerian footballers. All these guys that play for Nigeria, they were developed in England. Nigeria has no identity of football anymore.
They don't.
And these guys
don't.
Nigeria, they just have Nigerian passports.
Yeah.
Their style of play Nigeria has no style of play anymore. We don't have a
style. The league is very poor. The organization.
The stadium is empty. If you look at the shot, the stadium was empty. Just
officiating.
Empty. Yeah. All right. Okay, that was a good one. So take us out.
It reflects his corruption on the league.
Yeah, it's been another.
We'll be back again on Friday. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, another brilliant football show. We have been trying to dissect what has happened to Liverpool. 4 straight defeats, and with me have been Warif, Mustafa, and TK, and we'll be back again sometime this week, probably Friday. It's bye for now.
Okay, I'm sure me and TK will be back.
Yeah, good night.
South Africa football.
Yes,
there's Champions League this week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Champions League. So we'll do a show on Wednesday.
Arsenal has a big game. Atletico versus Arsenal tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one.
Okay.
Atletico, Simeone.
So we'll do a reaction to that
also match. Liverpool, Frankfurt. That's going to be another.
Yeah, Liverpool, Frankfurt, another big one.
Some big matches, Madrid, Juventus.
You know what's funny about our channel? Our channel is that we need more time in the day to cover all of the different leagues. We have CAF, World Cup. We're covering everything, so we don't even have enough space.
And December, CAF.
But very soon we're going to start Barcelona TV very soon.
Oh yeah, we're doing Barcelona TV separately. Yeah,
and this weekend there's a Clasico, Madrid, Barcelona also.
Oh yeah, we need to build up.
We need to
build up towards that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna do Barcelona on this channel, but we're gonna create.
It's going to be a tough game.
Barcelona TV. Let's go, La Royale! Last year I was a France fan. This year
Viva Catalonia.
All right, guys.
Beautiful show. Thanks.
Yeah, see you later. Yeah.